I'm assuming we're not familiar with this. So here, this part of it is very very similar to standard wheeling. Because ज़्यादा यहाँ पे फर्क नहीं है. Big wheel, small wheel, locks. It has an elevator that is not as good as the elevator of the ERCP scope, but it's fairly good. Now, the one thing that I usually point out to our fellows is that just hold that down right there. Now, where's so everyone, so we'll take a look there, okay? And the thing to point out is that if my finger is right across यहाँ in front, वहाँ पे कुछ नहीं दिखता. You cannot see an image, okay? So anything that is in front of your scope, when you're moving your scope straight, you cannot see that. अभी मैं slowly ये finger को ऐसे move करता हूँ, ठीक है? And keep looking at that screen. Keep looking at the screen. And as I come here is where I am directly across it, ठीक है? So the camera is looking here. ये बड़ी important बात है because when you are inserting the scope, you are doing it almost with closed eyes. ठीक है? कुछ दिखना नहीं चाहिए in the esophagus as the scope goes down. The only thing you are looking at is the color of the tissue as you go in. So अगर white color की tissue है, you are up in the chest. अगर लाल color की tissue है, you have already come into the abdomen. ठीक है? So that's all. दूसरी बात, जब आप incubate कर रहे हो, ठीक है? So one way, like Dr. Hassan was mentioning, is इसको उल्टा कर दो, push it at the back till you feel something, and then flip your scope so it comes down. That works. Some patients may wake up with a little bit of discomfort. You may not want to do it. It's up to you. But that's a good way to do it also. Sometimes जो ये वाली नहीं चलती है, that method works. So you have to develop your own style.
But usually,
incubating method. Most people are, but that technique of flipping the scope works. It's a very good technique, but most people are comfortable with this as joining me, so we'll kind of go over it. पहली बात तो scope को straight मत रखो, ठीक है? If your scope is straight and if you're fixing the dials, no matter what you do, it's rigid. It is not going to hit some wrong thing. So you want to put a slight curve in it so that it kisses the tongue. Your tongue जाती है goes like this, right? So you put sort of your scope ऐसे कर दी, slowly insert कर दी over the tongue, and then when it hits the posterior wall of the hypopharynx, वहाँ पे जो पीछे लग जाती है, you will feel resistance to passing your scope. When that happens, ठीक है? So when that happens, what you do is you put a slight upward deflection. ठीक है? ये हम क्यों करते हैं? ये हम करते हैं क्योंकि कुछ दिख तो नहीं रहा है. You cannot see this, right? And if we keep this turn, what we do is once you go into the throat, if it is turning forward, you will go into the larynx or trachea के अंदर जाए. So the way to prevent that from happening is once you go at the back and you hit something, you flip this wheel up a little bit, alpha some pressure. लगा के, then what you want to do is raise this hand up a little bit and rock it. This is the key to getting your scope in. ऐसे इसको rock कर दी, and what that does at the tip is it creates a pendulating motion. So very comfortably, with you turning slightly at the back towards the esophagus and tracking the wall, the posterior wall of the hypopharynx, you slowly introduce it through the UES. So esophagus में चले गए. Once you're in the esophagus, then you kind of don't worry about this. ठीक है, dials are all down. फिर हमने, अरे ठीक है, let him focus. तो फिर हमने, we don't now kind of worry about what we are seeing because that is not important. You could at this point, just rely solely on pushing your scope. एक दूसरी बात है कि endoscopy, colonoscopy में ना, we have a habit of doing this with your hand. Here you don't have to do that. You want to keep your right hand free so that you can use your instrument. Okay? So now let us pay attention to this 30 wali number. Okay, I'm going in. The 30 is pointing upward. Okay. Now I can move my hand down like this. मैं बस कुछ नहीं कर रहा हूँ. I'm not touching this. I'm moving my hand down. It brings the 30 here. Now I'm going to keep my finger here. Okay. ये वाली 30 को we'll pay attention. It's coming here. Just with my left hand. कुछ नहीं कर रहे हैं यहाँ पे. I am just turning my hand. Look at that 30.
okay, turning my hand, वो 30 को देखो, 30 has gone all the way, and if I turn my hand a little more, the 30 comes to that direction. 360 degrees by doing just this with your hand. बस I am standing, my scope is nice and comfortable. यहाँ से हाथ कर दी, उठा दी, okay, you're turning, 360 degrees. Okay, so rely on this hand. If you have a sort of a problem in the elbow, problem in the shoulder, that is fine. What you can also do is, you come down here, okay, you pick your hand up and make a U over here, and with just moving your hand like this or moving your hand like this, you are going to make the same 360 degree. Right now it's not turning because of it's a little here, but you can make the same motions by turning across the fulcrum. Okay, so what we do then is we release all the dials, आराम से इसको, you know, wriggle करके. Remember to keep doing this. तो EUS is all about wriggling, ठीक है, ये हाथ हमेशा मोबाइल होनी चाहिए, बिल्कुल. So when you go down, and I'll show you why that is important. हम अंदर चले गए, ठीक है, okay. There we are looking at the EG junction, you know, the white is turning red, ठीक है, we are in the stomach, okay. Now when we are in the stomach, पहले तो always suction the fluid, that is very very important, ठीक है, aspirate कर जाएंगे and then you have an issue. Then with the scope neutral, dials ऊपर देख रही हैं, मैं बस ये वाली चेक कर देता हूँ, okay, and you can see there my wheel touches the plastic and I can start seeing. जहाँ मुझे दिख नहीं रही है ये और ये is because there is air over there. So if I collapse the air or I put up my balloon, okay, मैं balloon ऊपर कर रहा हूँ, ये balloon starts touching that mucosa and it starts bringing this area into view. Okay, तो जब दिख नहीं रही है, that means you need to suction down, you need to look up a little more, or you need to go up on your balloon, ठीक है. So here we are looking up, अभी कोई organ आ गई है यहाँ पे, and that is a typical appearance of liver. It's remarkable how they've replicated that, ठीक है. ये liver की appearance है salt pepper जैसे दिखती है. I'm sorry, everyone speak Urdu here or no? Everyone. So this looks like salt pepper, ठीक है. There are some black areas inside, those are usually blood vessels. If you're questioning, throw a Doppler on it and you will see it. So यहाँ से, once you're looking up with the wheel slightly turning up, you just bring your hand up. कुछ नहीं कर रहे. This one is just to push forward and to come backward, ठीक है. Push forward, come backward. Everything else with this hand. So मैं बस I'm turning and I keep turning, I'm just supporting my scope here, I keep turning and you come onto the aorta. So in a human also it works like this, it is very very close. बस यहाँ पे देख ली. So the one sort of skill that you all should take away from today's class is you must learn how to track a structure, ठीक है. तो अगर मुझे, if I see something in the acoustic field, I have to learn how to follow that. Okay, the head is over here, so if I pull my scope back towards the head, I come back in this direction. If I push my scope in, I will go there, okay. So how do you track a structure? You come inside, you find that structure. Let's say I want to track this one, okay. So I put it under my transducer. How do I do that? I pull my scope slightly back to put it directly under my transducer. Then I can do a couple of motions. I can either push in, okay, I can pull out, I can go to the left, or I can go to the right. So those are the motions. So you must learn by moving your hand, inserting your scope in, or pulling it back, how you are going to track a structure. That is vitally important, okay. So those are the only two things you all have to learn on this model is intubate कैसे करनी है, the motions of intubation, and you have to learn by, if I see something inside, मैंने ये चीज़ track कैसे करनी है. You turn right, turn left, look up, look down, and those are the only 4 motions that you need to track something. ठीक है? So come now, just kind of, you know, feel the scope, play around with it a little bit, and then and learn how to track. Come. यार थोड़ा lube डाल देंगे please.
जी lubricant चाहिए सर.
हाँ, just a little lube. वहाँ पे बहुत it's sticking on that. What's that? I'll just come that side, huh? In case there's any question. Okay. So I notice already you are torquing. So try not to torque. Push it in. Push it in. You're still in esophagus. It's white in color, so push it in. Push, push, push. ठीक है. I'm not sure where that is. Okay, stomach. So one to ERCP के साथ भी this is very helpful. This maneuver is to drop your hand down. वो वाली हाथ नीचे गिरा दो. Drop it down further. Further, drop your hand down. And what that will do is it will put a turn in your scope here. So the only way to identify where you want to go is to identify where you don't want to go. So always when you insert inside, drop your hand down so your scope turns toward the fundus and you know where the fundus is. ठीक है? बाद में हमने हाथ उठा दी and you see the rugae going from the upper stomach towards the antrum and then you follow the rugae, and that is how you do it. So you insert it down, you drop your scope, it turns towards the fundus. Now let us focus on the ultrasound. ठीक है? तो turn your dials up. ये आराम से रहो यहाँ पे. Turn your dials up towards the sky. नहीं, your scope. Turn the dials. Okay, come. Let me come that side. Sorry, come. ठीक है. तो come. यहाँ पे हाथ गिरा दी, right? So try to stand back a little. Come, stand back. Be comfortable. That is key. If you want to be a good endosonographer, you must be comfortable. Okay? This, with all your dials neutralized, is your neutral position. Okay? So the first thing you want to do is drop your hand down. ऐसे गिरा दी हाथ को. You see, it is turning you towards. So normally it will turn you towards the fundus. Okay? You put your big wheel up a little bit like this, so you can see better. Push your scope in a little. Push it in more. Okay, so यहाँ पे you see the fundus. Now when you've done that, you get it back to the neutral position. Try not to hold this. Okay, वहाँ पे सिर्फ हल्का पकड़ो. You get it back to a neutral position, and when it is over here, now it is all your wrist. ठीक है? Everything you do here is going to be your wrist. इसको उठा दी, down on your big wheel, and push it in slightly. Push it in slightly. Beautiful. You are echo coupling. You are now seeing the liver. ठीक है? तो liver को देख ली. Now your job is to track this. ठीक है? So try to figure out how to track. So the one more thing I'll say is, okay, the image is a 2D image. You are only seeing one slice. So on a CT scan, जब हम एक slice देखते हैं, it is difficult to interpret, right? You go on the up down and you're scanning the CT scan. It is the same thing here. तो आपकी left hand से, if it is static, you are seeing only one image. But if you keep moving your hand, you can recreate a 3D image inside. तो ये हाथ loose रखो इसको and keep doing this. Keep doing this. There you go. See? Now you're seeing that is opening into two, but then it is becoming one. No air. Air is your enemy. ठीक है? Air is not good. बस इसको keep moving this around and now figure out how to track that structure. Track it down. Track it down. So excellent. So it is not moving in front, and so you're not pushing your scope. Now track it back up. Excellent. And now it is moving behind you, so what you have to do is pull your scope back a little bit to put it in under your transducer. Okay, and that is how you track.
उसमें जैसे एक फ्रंट व्यूइंग कैमरा होता है, साइड व्यूइंग जूडिनोस्कोप का होता है. इस काम में आप फिंगर इधर लेके आए, इसका कैमरे को कैसे डिफाइन करेंगे? फ्रंट व्यूइंग, साइड व्यूइंग और व्हाट?
Side viewing. It is like a duodenoscope. So you know the usual adage is, if you are seeing something in front of you, to go there you have to go big wheel down and put it out of view. Like ERCP. Exactly like ERCP. ठीक है? So fantastic. You're kind of getting. तो अगर पीछे जा रही है, you need to pull back. If it is coming back, pull. नहीं, you did good. Look up. ऊपर देखो so you can see. नहीं, big wheel. So couple it. You have to see. And if you see your structure is going away from you, then pull your scope back. Remember, the head is this side, that is the tail. ठीक है? तो you have to kind of move your scope in front and at the back. बस हिलाओ. This, you have to do this. Keep doing this with your left hand. And you should give it a try also. So I think we have about 45 minutes guys on this, and मैं यहाँ पे आ जाता हूँ. Okay. So that is the aorta. You're right on top of it, yeah. So that is the hepatic veins, the hepatic veins. So if you track those veins back, you will come to the right side of the heart in a human. We'll go over that on the human. This is the hepatic veins. So the only thing, guys, I would focus on this model. It's good, but it's not very representative. Is to figure out the motions of tracking. Okay, so go to your aorta. You need to turn more. There you go, aorta. Abhi isko track karo. Push it in a little bit slowly. Push it in a little bit slowly. Yeah, too much. So you're up, down. Release it a little bit. Thoda upper karo big wheel ko. Okay, now push in. Okay, that was maybe a little too much. But learn how to track. That is the thing to learn here. This, I don't know, may not be. Difficult to tell over here. Go back to where you were. Wo niche wala, I think, might be the aorta. So pull back, find it. Come. You'll probably want to rotate now, guys.
Differentiate this is hepatic vein or portal vein?
So what you do is you put a Doppler on top of it, and so generally veins versus artery, अगर आप vein पे डालते हो,
Hepatic vein and portal vein, both are veins.
but you can tell the difference. So you put a Doppler on top of the hepatic vein, ठीक है? And what you'll notice is there is the V stability, but then there is a hump. So you see that, ठीक है? There is so it's a, and then there is a mild pulsation. The pulsation is from the contraction of the right ventricle. So जब वो ventricle contract होती है, that translates down, and you're seeing a little bit of a push up. When you do it on the a constant thing, it's constant. There's no variation at all. You will see a slight pulse. So baseline venous hai, but it is still pulsating a little. We'll do it on the patients and see.
Is there any difference side view scope and endoscope while evaluating the patient? That is pharyngeus and the
ये वाला ना, it has a very large rigid part, so you can perforate with this. You have to be careful. So be very careful with where the tip is going and how the tip is deviating. So कभी भी push मत करो. If you feel like there is resistance, don't push. You can end up in the mediastinum. Okay? So it has to be all smooth, and the key is ये हाथ को keep moving it. So if you rock your scope, it will allow you to intubate. Guys, we should rotate so that everybody gets a chance. Sorry?
he didn't understand the structures. He wants to
These are not true structures. The only thing you need to learn here is how to track, intubation and tracking. The structures we learn on the human being. So each of you will get one case over there.
we have 30 minutes so that everybody can
30 minutes. Huh?
already 1 o'clock.
Oh, कितने
5
बचे?
minutes 115 120 पर break कर देंगे.
हाँ.
जल्दी से एक कर लेंगे.
Yeah, so guys, we don't have much time. I think maybe about 2 or 3 minutes per guy, just to get a sense. Anju, can I just go by?
Start we have to go like this,
Mm-hmm.
and then where we
So
have to
try and hold your scope always at about 25. ठीक है? तो वो that gives you enough space to आराम से push in. तो आप जब so pull back, तो यहाँ पे हमने introduce कर दी, right? And you see that resistance. जब ये resistance feel होती है ना, उल्टा. So then you push it to track the behind part, huh? And now push it down slowly. So it will track the posterior pharynx and rock करो this. So one thing that I usually tell the fellows is ये हाथ को ऊपर उठा. Once you take this hand up, or then you do this. So you want to rock your hand like this. Yeah, and as you're rocking, the tip will pendulate and it will go inside. Yeah. and don't be very rigid with your wheels. एक बार it goes through the UES, then you release your wheels. Wheels को release कर दो. Now you are focusing only on the resistance here. तो अगर stricture है, you will find fixed resistance. Never push through resistance. So now push it in slowly. ठीक है? And we're focusing solely on the color that you're seeing there. Now bear in mind that if you look up, you will make the tip go down and press against the esophagus. That's how you can see. So you don't typically want to see. You want to see only a color. Push in. Push in. Excellent. So ये stomach हो गया. I would just push in a little
Now
more.
front view के लिए you can do this. अब ऐसे कर सकते हैं.
हाँ, like a duodenoscope. So if you want to see, बस ऊपर कर दी wheel को, and you can see what's going on. So push in. Excellent. So you're now where you want to be. So once you're here now, अगर ये दिख रही है आपको, means that your transducer is not touching it. So now you need to raise your transducer up to touch it there so that you can see what is beyond that wall. तो big इसको नीचे कर दी big wheel को, push it down all the way there, and that raises your transducer up and you start seeing an EUS image. तो हमेशा touch
ERCP में we move big wheel up to see forward.
big wheel up to हाँ. तो ERCP, if you want to look up, what you do is actually
हम
let me
इसको ऐसे करेंगे तो वो ऐसे सीधा हो जाता है और फिर हम आगे देखते हुए चले
बिल्कुल
जाते हैं.
बिल्कुल.
तो इसमें down
Show me 1 second. Come here. So he's raising a very important point कि भाई how do you see, right? Camera यहाँ पे है, ठीक है? तो अगर मुझे if I want to see what is here, put your finger here. आप अपना finger नहीं ऐसे करके यहाँ पे finger लगा दो, ठीक है? I want to see that finger. What is in front? जहाँ पे मैं push कर रहा हूँ मुझे ये देखना है. यहाँ पे तो कुछ नहीं दिख रहा, right? I cannot see it. So if I want to see it, I need to look up, okay, and then I start seeing the finger, okay,
like ERCP.
like an ERCP scope. But once I am there, let's say I'm here, and if I want to touch my scope to his finger, then the way to do it is to go big wheel down
Okay.
to touch, because this part is the part that is the active part of the ear. So अंदर डाल दी, and then I go down, and that is what touches the tissue.
ठीक.
Transducer. That so try intubating one more time. That is what gives you the image. Excellent. Slight big wheel up. Try to hold hand up and now rock it. Rock it. हाथ को थोड़ा सा rock कर दो, and that will make all your intubations very easy. Excellent. Yep. ठीक है. So now you are seeing that बस big wheel नीचे कर दी and it touches the transducer to the thing. ठीक है. Nice. So now you kind of just move around and get a sense of it.
समझ आ गई. ये was very important concept. Otherwise we could have done like ERCP.
US, huh? Makes a difference.
Thank you, sir.
You're going to be doing EUS?
Yes,
when
I
you
am
go
on
back.
hands-on.
So नहीं, when you go back, जब आप घर जाते हो, you know, you have our numbers, and this is true for everyone. If you notice that you're running into trouble, कुछ समझ में नहीं आ रही, whatever it is, call. Okay, we are always available. There is usually, I think,
I have
a
texted
9
you at night
घंटे.
if you have got my number.
I did actually. There is a difference in small difference in time, but whatever it is, feel
I'm
free to
very
call.
much in touch with Dr. Bilal. He's very close to me.
Oh,
Dr.
good.
Bilal Hamid. I'm very
Really?
good friend of him.
चलो अच्छी
His
बात है.
wife also runs some channel of on YouTube. Some
Is it? Bilal कौन?
California में UCSF में.
Yes,
Transplant hematologist.
yes. I have heard of him. Yes.
He's very close in all this work. Khalid Hassan, Nadeem
Really?
Tehami, and all that. You might know Dr. Nadeem Tehami.
Of course, we met him. I thought he
Dr.
was
Saket.
coming.
Actually, I'm in very close friend circle of all of them. Dr. Saket, Dr. Nadeem Tehami.
चलो माशाल्लाह. Excellent. So your that's the aorta. Normally aorta ऐसे दिखती है. So try to rock your left hand. Rock करो थोड़ा left, थोड़ा right, and that will give you a. Sorry. Excellent. ये जो है ना, wrist को छोड़ दो. Be free with your wrist and do this. ऐसे करो. ऐसे आगे पीछे, and that will give you, allow you to in your mind recreate what you are seeing. 3-dimensionally. तो ऐसे rock किया करो. That is a good habit to form. You're looking at what might be the pancreas actually. Excellent. तो now try to track that tubular structure. ये वाला जो आपके इसके नीचे है ना, इसको track करो. Try to track it up and see if you can. So you can pull back, you can push in, you can turn left, you can turn right, and use those motions to track what you are seeing there. ये बड़ी बात है. Excellent. Excellent. Pull back, pull back. थोड़ी सी pull back. Excellent. And इसको track करो. Track this towards that side. So turn your scope left, and you see it is going in front. So if it is going in front, you push in front a little bit. ठीक है? Excellent. Now it is going behind, then pull back a little bit. तो आगे पीछे left right will allow you to track a structure. ठीक है? That is very important. Excellent. Excellent. Good. So now we'll pull this in. Very good. Have you done EOS before?
In addition to pull it up, if you do the section,
Mm-hmm.
this is more helpful or
Suction. So if you cannot see what is going on, it means that the tissue is not touching your transducer. So suction kar do, so the stomach collapses and touches, or put up your balloon. The balloon will come up and it's a water interface. It will fill the area. हाथ को ऊपर करो. Take your hand up and rock. Rock your hand. That is a good habit to have. Excellent. Excellent. Okay, big wheel down. Perfect.
so the first image of the stomach is which you are seeing here. Is the lesser curvature or the fundus area?
Lesser curvature.
Lesser curvature.
So when you go in, this is why you must always in ERCP also put your big wheel slightly up and drop it down so that the tip of the scope turns towards the fundus. You must know where not to
We
go.
are doing this involuntarily actually. We are doing going okay.
Yeah. So it is a दूसरी habit, always suction the fundus. You must suction the fundus. Because if you don't do that, what eventually happens is you will end up one day with an aspiration without realizing it. So pehli always look at the fundus, always suction the fundus, and you will be a safe endoscopist. This is very important. So big wheel down, excellent. बस you hold it now over there, ठीक है? और इसको track करना सीखो. तो अंदर, पीछे, okay? Left हाथ को ऐसे घुमाओ, left or right, and keep doing this with your hand. ऐसे ऐसे करो, ऐसे ऐसे करो. Yeah, excellent. So that allows you to recreate in your mind that image in 3 dimensions. बेहतरीन. Good. So put a slight curvature on it. So big wheel down a little bit. Okay. So you introduce it until you hit the posterior pharynx. There, bas lag gaye. Now slide, nahi, ulta. Big wheel up a little so that this turns in this direction and tracks the posterior pharynx. You must track. If you keep going down and it turns in this direction, it will go into the trachea. Okay. So slide. So you go down and slide big wheel up.
So once I am touching,
Slide big wheel up, excellent, and now rock your hand. Raise your hand up and rock it as you are going in. It will make your intubations very easy. Excellent. Excellent. Now red, so you're in the stomach, push in a little more. I think that's what you need over here. Push in more. Push in thoda sa more. So we cannot see anything, right? But the way to see is to go big wheel up. No, ulta. The other way, big wheel up. There you go. See, now your transducer is looking down and it's giving you view. But if you want to touch your transducer and see something, then you need to go big wheel down so your transducer comes and touches it. So now you're seeing where to put it. So now go in a little bit, just a little. Now go big wheel down. Big wheel down, and that will touch your transducer up there. So your transducer must touch the tissue to be able to see. Okay, there you are. So that is your structure, and just with your left hand keep doing this. Keep doing this little bit. There, that is beautiful. You see? Now with doing this you are able to recreate in your mind 3 dimension of what you're looking at. Now track that structure up towards the ear. So if you keep going left, let's say left, 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 you see it's moving away from you. So what you need to do is pull back a little bit. Yeah. The head is there, the legs are there. So with that, figure out what to do and learn how to track. That is beautiful. You're doing very well. So, and keep moving your hand a little bit. Keep moving your hand a little bit. We'll let you recreate it. So when you cannot see, go big wheel down. You will see better. Excellent. Now you've gone 2 inside. So keep that black dot under your transducer.
How to reach the aorta now?
Oh, you want to reach aorta?
Yeah.
Keep going in this direction.
Like
Keep going, yeah. Keep going more. Leave this. What's happening is you're
okay, got it.
okay, you're just using your left hand for motions.
Got it.
Okay, that's the aorta. Now push in and track the aorta inside. Push in and track the aorta. Push, push, push. Push. More, more. And remember to do this so that you can figure out where it is. Thoda sa on the left. Excellent. Push in so you can track the aorta. So if it goes out of your view, just keep turning so you can figure out where it is. Take care.
First takeover. First takeover. Can I see here or not? Oh,
The-
see it front.
I don't know if this in the model you will see it or not, but in the human this is where you actually maybe you do push in a little bit. So you're doing very well at tracking that lesion. You will do well at EOS. So that is, I think, the pancreas. Okay, so push in. There you go. Now keep turning, turn your body along. That little dark dot there is the pancreas. So as you go towards the tail of the pancreas, you want to keep pulling back a little bit because on the body the spleen is higher than the head of the pancreas. So when you're tracking the pancreas, okay, with your patient like this, if you look at the direction of the pancreas, if the neck is over here, nesbat the legs, it is lower down. The tail is higher up. So when you are tracking the pancreas and moving left, if your transducer is in the same place, the pancreas will come higher. So you need to keep pulling back as you're tracking the pancreas. So that's a key concept. Very nice. Has anybody not had a try on this? Come.
Thank you, bro.
Good job. Guys, I think we're good to go to lunch if everyone else is done. You are also left, right? Okay.
3 minutes.
Come. You take your time. There's no problem. So, guys, everyone who's done can go to lunch. Okay, and that way we'll.
Procedures one by one.
irrigation pump भी बनाया है
Irrigation pump
और कोलोनोस्कोपी के लिए वाटर उस कमरे में रखा हुआ देखो
आपने बनाया? नहीं,
उस
I'm
कमरे में
not
रखा हुआ
sure.
है
चलो देखें.
We have 10 patients simultaneously. One will be telecasted as well.
Actually, we'll be
You and Dr. Khan will do simultaneously.
ठीक है. And will be मतलब the trainees will keep coming into each case. चलो good.
क्योंकि 10 cases हैं, अगर simultaneous नहीं होंगे, एक आप 5 कराएंगे, वो 5 करेंगे, जल्दी हो जाएगी. time.
Sure, we
Yes.
must do that.
You guys will be the first two hands-on, alright? And we had a designated patient for you, and we have a designated team. Dr. Kamesh will be in endo 1, and Dr. Khalid will be in cover 2. So after 1 minute हो जाएगा, after 1 minute चले जाएगा, ठीक है? And today we're going to hope that every candidate does one procedure.
So try to see big wheel down will let you see. Big wheel को नीचे करो.
So I guess
Excellent. So so identify one structure and try to track it in both directions. Excellent. Push in a little. Push in, and with your hand over here, keep doing a sort of a pendulating motion. You want to keep turning your hand around. Excellent. Big wheel down a little, and that will give you more vision. Okay, left ko घुमा दो, you will come up on the aorta. Keep going left. Left मतलब ऐसा. Going left, more. Keep going. Now if you reach the end and you feel like I'm not able to see, then use your right hand to torque the scope. I think you're a little under it. You're coming up on the pancreas. Good. Do you all have EUS equipment available to you?
Yes.
Yeah, very
Available, in, still not open.
What's that?
Available in the boxes.
No,
In the
good.
department, but not yet open.
Excellent.
Not yet started.
It's very good technology. It will allow you to help a lot more patients, you know. Excellent. So put a slight tilt in the scope, big wheel down just a little bit, thoda sa big wheel down, और आराम से push it over until you see that resistance, yeah? So once you see that, then go big wheel up a little bit, big wheel ko upar karo and now push it. So now the transducer is touching that wall, means that you are away from the trachea, and bas, then you lift it. Yeah, ये हाथ को ऊपर करो and rock it. So do this and push your scope in. You can never force anything. If you force something, you can end up in trouble. Excellent. Now you're seeing the red, and that is the stomach. Bas, that is good. Pull back a little bit. Now big wheel down. Will raise your transducer up, and you will touch the structure you want to evaluate. There you go. Transducer has touched the stomach, and now you are seeing the liver beyond it. ठीक है? So now इसको थोड़ा ऐसे करके figure out what your anatomy is. Turn your hand here. Maybe you've gone a little too deep. So what I would tell you is pull back a little bit. थोड़ा पीछे खींचो. पीछे. खींचो. पीछे. Come back. Little more. नहीं, पीछे. Pull back. More. Okay, अभी ऊपर देखो. Okay, there. Excellent. This is the liver. Okay. So now ये हाथ को ना ऐसे करते रहो. ऐसे. Okay. And slowly keep turning more to the right as you're doing that. Excellent. Abhi, if you want to track a structure, you have to pull your scope back, push your scope in, or turn left or turn right. Okay, and that will let you track a structure. Abhi thoda और left करो, aorta. Okay. Abhi aorta को बीच में रखो and push inside. नहीं, keep. So you have to big wheel down, big wheel नीचे करो, and that will let you see. Okay, aorta. Abhi इसको push करो अंदर. There, you are tracking it. Now try tracking it back. So start pulling back a little and keep rolling your hand, and that will give you sort of scanning. You can recreate in your mind what this two-dimensional image is looking like. Excellent. Excellent. Chalo. Alright guys, sure. Here, if there's anybody who wants to still try, feel free to use it. Okay, I mean, go give it a shot. We'll just be going to lunch. Okay, everybody?
रेडी करेंगे इसके बाद.
हाँ, sure. ठीक है यार. Oh, do I need to? अच्छा,